Hey, welcome to Greenlight. My son said, "Ready, set, go." He's playing, I believe, Mario Kart on his iPad, and he's also watching something about Mario Party. Somebody explaining a game, so mind that in the background. Today we're talking about Blu-ray releases of this week. We have many actually brand new movies that have just been released. And we also have one for Criterion Collection that's a re-release. And those are the only ones I pretty much do of re-releases and stuff like that. So let's get started right now. All right. So we're going to get started here, right away. Wait to the end of this video. I'm going to do an announcement of the winner of the movie code for John Wick Part 1. I did a John Wick trilogy unboxing last week, and I released it. This week I'll be releasing another trilogy unboxing, and it's going to be the Dark Knight trilogy. So look out for that by Friday, and hit the notification bell so you find out as soon as it's uploaded on Friday. Also, let me know in the comments if you want it to be a premiere, and then you can start having conversation on there. But until then, you could check out the unboxing of my John Wick trilogy, and at the end of this video, stick around and we'll announce who won that one. So if you're watching right now, you could jump on the comments for that other video and enter in right now until I finish this live stream, which is why, I guess there's many reasons why I do live streams. But let's just get started right now because we got a lot to go through. All right, our first one today actually is for kids more than anything, and it is Trolls World Tour. And this is the 4K front cover. On the left here, from what you see here, is the slip cover, and then we have the Blu-ray cover of it. And then this is basically what it looks like in the Blu-ray. So expect the Blu-ray to look exactly the same as this one, just with a blue cover and all this stuff of the Blu-ray. Let's see here. And then we have the back end here for the 4K as well. But like I normally say on this channel, this is what we're focused mainly. Like we put all our focus within the special features and the bonus features, and how it is that they can help you as a filmmaker and what to look forward to when you purchase these new movies. I was a big advocate growing up on the DVDs and everything like that. In high school, I used to save my money, and mainly my lunch money. I would eat a lot less than I needed to with the amount of money they were giving me, and save like $2 here and there out of 5 days, and it added up. At some point after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I have enough, more than enough to purchase my new movie. And back then they were like $14.99, whenever a new release came out for a DVD. So moving on here, from what I see here, we have some we zoomed in, we have bonus features. We have dance party mode, which I believe is for the kids and everything like that. It may probably just like skips forward to certain scenes, or when you get to certain dance scenes, I believe they make it more of a party, and I think they probably have it make it a game or something for kids. But that's always fun to check out. And it says an exclusive original short, so it has a Teeny Diamond goes back to school. So they have a short film, which is good. A lot of these feature films for kids and animated films and stuff like that, they usually have an animated short film to go along with it, usually in the theaters. This movie, I think, was released in theaters when it came out that first weekend, but nobody kind of went. So it got, I think, released in, excuse me. Ooh. In VOD, in video on demand, which I'm going to get into that a little bit more, because there was another type of releasing for this that wasn't released that is going to be released now on Blu-ray. which goes to show how physical media nowadays is very important, because you're kind of missing out on certain things that you get in movie theaters that you can't get through a streaming platform, like a 3D film or something like that, if you like that. I fancy 2D a little bit more, but I like the 3D in theaters. I think it's a great experience for certain films, obviously. The next thing I see is deleted scenes, and I always say that's always good for any writer, director, and you see what ends up on the chopping room floor and what doesn't move the story forward. Excuse me. Some good water. All right. So we're going to move on here. And the next thing we have here is the 3D, Blu-ray 3D version of the film. I'm surprised actually thinking about this. I don't do a lot of like 3D versions of the films and stuff like that, but they're usually not in 4K. Let me know in the comments down below if you ever heard of any of them actually about to transcend into 4K, but I believe 3D and 4K are actually getting hit kind of hard in the fact of not a lot of people purchasing them and stuff like that. Even Blu-rays in comparison to DVDs is not, astronomical, but these are more for like collectors, I guess, nowadays, like myself. I love collecting my films and growing my collection and just having like a wall full of movies to choose from. And I'm not limited by a streaming platform that tries to certain movies. They don't stick around long enough like they should, or not even long enough. They just don't stick around at all. Some movies, they get replaced fairly quickly. So moving on, let me know in the comments below if you're looking to purchase a Trolls World Tour, and we're going to move on and a little bit more of Trolls World Tour, because this is one of the biggest releases out, and they have many versions. I see here, pointing out here on the right, a VIP bonus feature includes, so it has the dance party, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's about the same. It's exactly the same. I thought there would be something a little extra, but not at all. So moving on, and Best Buy has a Steelbook Case as well. So you could take a look at that. That's pretty sweet kind of cover if you like Trolls. They're really my son's not that big of a fan of Trolls here. We don't really tend to watch it a lot, but I think it's family friendly and a lot of fun for families. So let's kind of look inside of it real quick, and then we're gonna move on to our next film. Our next couple films don't have back ends, so there won't be any behind the scenes, I believe, for some of these films. Let me know in the comments below or in the live chat if you're looking to purchase Trolls World Tour, and that's a film that you're interested in. All right, so let's move on to our next film. So our next film is Proximity, and Proximity looks really, really good. I saw the trailer a long time ago, and then I ended up seeing the trailer again for this channel, for my channel, and like, I just can't believe what I was watching. I was like, oh my god, like this looks really cool. It's like a old school 80s type of sci-fi film in Los Angeles, and it looks a little more lower budget in a sense. So let me see. There we go, movie. I'm like checking on Instagram real quick to see if anybody posted a Blu-ray for this film just yet. And it got released today. I'm not expecting anybody to release their photos yet. It most likely shows up towards the end of the day. But let's move on. I really enjoyed this, by the way, the trailer, and I'm looking to check it out as well. I'm a sucker for sci-fi films, especially when they have to do with like aliens and stuff like that. But we'll get into that a little later because we got another film like that as far as like it being about aliens and such. But this is way better looking than the other film. It has some reminiscences of like older sci-fi films, and there's a part with a motorcycle in the trailer where some people were chasing him, I guess, on motorcycles, on these white motorcycles, and they look like THX 1138. A lot of people haven't seen that film. That's George Lucas's first feature film from his short film. So he did a short film that was called THX 1138. The Labyrinth of THX 1138, I believe was what it was called, the short film. And then Logan, thank you. He purposely trying to talk over. I mean, like kids are like that. So in our next film we're gonna get into right now, the Wild Goose Lake. Logan, what did I say? Do you need a timeout? Okay, be good. Thank you. So this film here is an independent film, and it looks like it was accepted into the Cannes Film Festival and the Toronto International Film Festival. That's amazing. That's really, really good. So this is a film that's definitely worth checking out. I did see the trailer. I can't quite remember too much, but I don't want to give too much away either, like I did for Proximity as well. And, you know, definitely would recommend to check the description below. Click on the IMDb links for these films and check out the trailer, check them out, so you find out where they are for you to, so you can see these brand new movies. There's not a lot of new movies coming out, but I'm very excited. There's a lot of things even going on even for myself. I got getting very, very close to finishing up my film, but I'll get into that towards the end here, and we'll talk about that. So our next film, because this doesn't have a back end, so we're going to move into our next film, Blood and Money. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard of any of these films and which one you're looking to check out and what's piqued your interest from the links in the description below. This is Blood and Money, also a description below. In the description below there's a link, and it's also being released on Blu-ray. And we'll move on to our next one, because since we got a lot, we're just going to kind of like go through the ones that don't have like special features or anything really too much about filmmaking. So this is The Prince. I haven't heard too much about this. I don't think I've seen the trailer for it, but this is released today on Blu-ray, so definitely check it out. In the description below I have IMDb links, like I said, for every one of these films. Our next film right now is Zombie for Sale. I'm a sucker for zombie movies myself, like I am for sci-fi films. I love Night of the Living Dead and all that stuff, like, and the original Day of the Dead from George A. Romero. I think a couple years ago, a little over a couple years ago, I figured out that George Romero is actually a Cuban filmmaker, and I didn't realize that he's an American Cuban, kind of like myself, that I was born here in America. And so, you know, the creators of Zombies, you know, that's really cool and very inspiring for myself. So I really, really enjoy that. And I can't believe, like, it turned out that he created Zombies, and that's some Zombies I really enjoy as far as horror movies, and I'm not that big on horror films. So check this out in the description below. Have an IMDb link. It's also released on Blu-ray. It's nice to see that Arrow is releasing, I guess, newer films. I believe this is definitely a newer film from what it says on Bluray.com 2019. So check it out. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll move on to our next film. So this one says is brutally moving, as poignant as Parasite. I mean, I guess that remains to be seen, but it was both selected at the Cannes and Toronto Film Festival. That's really cool. Sorry We Missed You. Very interesting. I'm guessing it's about a like drama with a family and stuff like that. Very cool. Definitely want to check out. In the description below, there's a link for you to check out. And our next film here actually has some major stars here. Annette Bening and Bill Nye together. It looks like in a either, I don't know if it's a romantic drama or it's a drama. I believe it's just a drama. But I love Bill Nye in anything. He's really good in like Shaun of the Dead. And me and my wife love the movie About Time. If you ever seen About Time, he plays a father in that film and everything like that. Logan, thank you. I don't know why he's like humming. He's not even trying to sing. He's just really just making noises. So yeah, definitely a film to check out. Again, not a lot of major releases with big major stars or anything like that, but there's a lot of independent films and stuff, and it's great to check that out, especially now since there's not a lot of films being made. A lot of independent films are being released because a lot of us, it takes forever to make it. Like our film, like my film, the documentary that I'm making is took about almost 2 years now to be created, and I'm getting close and closer every day, but patience is a virtue. So our next film here is a documentary. It's called Skyman, and it's about a guy who, when he was a child, it looks like he got abducted by aliens. So I guess one to check out if you're interested in that. I'm always curious about things like that. I may or may not check this out. I'm more interested in like documentaries when they have like major facts. When it's like this, I like it. Piques my interest enough to check out the trailer, check out the film maybe for a little bit and see how far it takes me. Not bashing on this film. I bet it's really good and entertaining, because that's really what it is with these documentaries. You're going along for this ride, and you're just kind of stepping in somebody else's shoes, and he's just expecting them to come back for him, so he's preparing for that encounter with these aliens. So very, very interesting to check out, especially if you're an independent filmmaker. I love ideas like this. You can do documentaries about anything, and do like a day in the life of somebody interesting, especially somebody that's never going to be shown on the big screen or in a mass broadcast or something like that. So, let me know in the comments down below if you do have an idea for that. That's great, if you do. So let me know. I hope I'm inspiring you and making you feel like you can do that. So if they can make a documentary about this, you can make a documentary about whatever you're passionate about. So our next film is called Sweetness in the Belly. So another film where we see a couple recognizable faces. I see Dakota Fanning up here on the top left, and then on the bottom here, I forget his name, but he was in Big Bang Theory. Everybody remembers him from Big Bang Theory. So it's nice to see him in something different and something more, obviously like an independent art house type film. So definitely one to check out in the description below. Let me know in the comments if you do see it. And we'll move on to our next film. It's called American Wisper. Again, like I love seeing all these independent films popping up. This is great. It's great. I love seeing it, especially even for myself being involved. And all of you out there, I hope you're just as excited. This is the perfect time to release any film of yours, independent or not, and you will get a lot of play. It's not a lot of new films to check out. Even I'm going back to the so-called Whale or something like that, or just checking out all the older films I'd never seen before, and checking out my top 100 that I have a poster here that my wife got me to kind of check them off the list, which was great because it's been entertaining me. So our next film we're going to move on to, and it's an older film. This is The War of the Worlds in 1953. And then I have the website here. So this is quite significant for myself. I'm interested a lot in like sci-fi films and stuff, and I really enjoyed this film. and watching it. I remember seeing it a little before the release of the Steven Spielberg version with Tom Cruise. I was really excited about that film. I really wanted to see it, so I checked this one out since it was a remake of this film. And I really highly enjoyed this film. And if you've seen the Tom Cruise one, I recommend checking this one out and seeing all the things that they took from this and brought into the remake. Even the two characters that we see here on the left, they show up in the Steven Spielberg version as well as a cameo towards the end. I won't give it too much away, but let you kind of like find that out and where they are at. But they're towards the end, so I mean, I'm not really like giving. I guess I'm not really like. I am giving it away in a sense, but it's up to you, your discretion. You'll figure it out. So let's see the website. I always show the Criterion Collection website because I really highly enjoy Criterion Collection films. All of them are like, stuff that like that filmmakers, think about all the time and wanting, like from old school films. We always want a lot of like, commentaries and things like that, and get a little more detail in what and how they made the film and stuff like that. So, okay, from what I see here is a new 4K digital restoration and uncompromised monorail track. I know that's a mono, which is like one. It's like one speaker, and stereo is two, so it's a mono track. Soundtrack, so it's an uncompressed version of it, and I guess they enhanced it a little bit. Maybe they made it a two channel stereo audio. So a new alternate 5.1 surround soundtrack as well, created by sound designer Ben Burt and presented in DTS HD Master Audio in Blu-ray. Very cool. Audio commentary from 2005 filmmaker Joe Dante. Joe Dante and film historian Bob Burns and Bill Warren. Very cool. I think Joe Dante was the director of Twister. Yeah, I think he directed Twister. Very cool. Okay, so, and then I think he also directed Gremlins, which I watched recently on my list. Then there's Movie Archaeologists, a new program on the visuals of and sound effects of the film, featuring Burt and film historian Craig Barron. Oh, very cool. So I guess Bob, let's see, what's his name? Ben Burt was a part of a lot of maybe the original film. I'm not sure exactly. Let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to move on. And then they have Archive, a new program about film restoration. And they have audio from the producer, George Powell, in 1970. Then they have The Sky is Falling, a 2005 documentary. You see, 2005 is when War of the Worlds remake was released. So I think this is The Sky is Falling is a documentary specifically about this 1953 film and its release and all that, and probably the making of it as well, all about the film. But I know this documentary had to have been released around 2005. Well, it says 2005, around the time when War of the Worlds, Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds was released. So the Mercury Theater and the Air Radio adaptation of, the Orson Welles audio. Very cool. That is also included actually in the 2-disc version of War of the Worlds, Steven Spielberg's version of War of the Worlds. And then there's another radio program, 1940, featuring a discussion between Wells and H.G. Wells, author of the Orson Welles and H.G. Wells, obviously, the author of the 1897 novel The War of the Worlds. You got the trailer, you got an essay by the film critic, and subtitles. Very cool. Let's scroll down. I'm going to let the video play right here a little bit. It's coming. The biggest story that could ever happen. Yeah, Mario. Wow, this is really cool. So this is very, very old school. I see a lot of like old school compositing here, which is something that we can do nowadays. And this is what I love about older films. Is their special effects and seeing how they did them. There's a lot of techniques being done in the special effects world in the 1950s and all the way to the 1980s, even to the 1990s, that they still do. That's the same. Nowadays we have VFX and we have 3D animation and all this stuff, and compositing, and it's all CGI and it's all on the computer, and it's all polished and all this stuff. But if you go a little old school, sometimes if you go with models and stuff like that, they could look really real depending on what you do, and giving it, some atmosphere around your object and stuff like that. So it's very, very cool, and being able to see how older films did it and got around certain scenes is a great way for independent filmmakers to figure out how to do their scenes. Let's just go here and look at these photos, because we got to move on and give an announcement for who's the winner of our movie code giveaway. All right, very cool. Look at the tracks. Very nice. All right. Let's get myself back up here. Okay, so we're going to do our announcement for our movie code giveaway for John Wick. It's just for John Wick 1. I did do a movie code, I did do an unboxing for the trilogy and everything like that, and started the movie code giveaway on the video before this video. So I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link in the description. Actually, I'll just have it at the end of this video. It'll pop up the unboxing for John Wick, and it'll show whatever new video I pop up with. So it will show the Dark Knight trilogy unboxing that I have as well coming up. So when that comes out, it'll replace it. It'll replace the John Wick video with the Batman one. So let's get started on who's the winner here, and let's do that right now. So here we go. Fading this in, and well, that's great. There we go. Haha. That's how that works. All right, so you see here I have the Batman one right over here, as you can see, and that is scheduled for July 10th, Friday of this week, this Friday. Oh, well, go back out. So used to going into this part of things. My son is always ready, set, go. It works perfectly for our channel here in Greenlight. Maybe that should be our motto, huh, Logan? Ready, set, go, Greenlight. Can we do that? Is that okay if I use that? All right, so we're gonna pick a winner here. So I use TubeBuddy, so it's fair for everybody. Use TubeBuddy, and TubeBuddy has a thing called Pick a Winner. Choose from all comments. All right, so I hope you are all ready. Let's bring this a little in the middle there. There we go. And I hope everybody is ready and set there with this. I'm pressing Pick a Winner. And the winner is, nice of you to do this, Instagram Lupa Jimmy. So Lupa032, congratulations, you have won John Wick. So you won John Wick Chapter 1. Logan, ready, set, go. Green light, and you have won the movie code giveaway. So congratulations. And thank you for joining our channel and checking out my video. I hope you check out other videos as well. And I want to thank everybody too for checking out this video, and everybody obviously that had entered. Let's pull myself up here and say goodbye. Stick around and check out the rest of my channel. I have a bunch of other unboxing videos, and Logan doesn't talk all that much in the other ones. He's getting a lot older, so he's very much adamant in talking over us. It's a toddler thing. I've been doing my movie list, and I've knocked out some movies like Gremlins and I can't quite recall the other film, but there's other films I've knocked out, and we'll get into that later. And I'll do a solo video once I knock them all out. I'll do a solo video about that one, and then and we'll talk about older films and everything like that, and all these films that that they kind of recommend you to watch anyways in film school. So, which is interesting. So. Thank you for checking us out here. We do Blu-rays unboxings, filmmaking tips. There's a Blu-ray unboxing coming out this Friday with the giveaway as well for the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, the Christopher Nolan trilogy that I'll be unboxing for you guys out there, and unboxing Blu-rays, and for you guys out there that need a new film that's not on streaming. I'll be doing an unboxing giveaway for the movie code for The Dark Knight Rises. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm thinking of The Dark Knight Rises because I'm doing the Dark Knight trilogy, but The Dark Knight Rises is the only one with the movie code and the only one I'm giving away. They do have Batman Begins and The Dark Knight currently on Hulu and Netflix. So, check those out. And then if you haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, come back, enter into the contest on Friday, or hit the notification bell right now so you know as soon as that's uploaded, so that you can get involved and enter in there. Also look forward to a documentary coming from myself in my personal channel as well, which I have it featured on this channel. So if you are on the front page, there's a featured YouTube channel there that has my personal name on there, and you can check that out. It has my first feature film on there, and then my second feature film was a documentary about Cuba called Corazón de Cuba. So I'm very close to finishing and doing some stuff. So look forward to that, and I'll see you here next week. Had a little burp, drink some water. Ready, set, go.